From Julio Cruz and Gaylord Perry to Alvin Davis and Harold Reynolds to father and son back-to-back bombs. From Junior J, Joey, and Edgar with Randy, A-Rod, Dan, and the Sheriff to Ichiro Moyer and Mikey C to King Felix, Kyle Cruz, and Cano to the present with Julio, Gilbert, Kirby, and Cal. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. We got our super producer Andy down in Nashville, Tennessee. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services bringing the show to life. Shout out to the homies in the live chat. Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you for the energy. It's a boy Ty here. Y'all know my main man Sam will mess around and get a triple-double. How you doing, bro?
Doing pretty well. You know, ignorance is bliss right now. I took a week off from watching the Mariners, and so my week's been pretty good, everything considered. How about yourself?
There you go. Well, Sam finds himself maybe in a little more state of zen then right now because our beloved Seattle Mariners get completely swept by a smaller market opponent who's kicking the shit out of opponents right now. On our 50th celebration weekend, Sam, we're embarrassed on the 50th celly. The team is 9-16 in the last 25 games. At recording, we are 7 games under 500, Sam. I think that basically everyone in the organization needs to take a huge piece of the blame pie, but organizationally, man, I'm frustrated. I feel that the ball has really been dropped this year.
I couldn't agree with you more. It sure as shit seems like it's been dropped harder than it's ever been dropped. Like, yeah, I mean, our stars not playing like they should is just the craziest thing. I'm going to keep harping on this over and over again. If our good players had been playing like they should have been all year, like good players, we'd be in a pretty good spot right now.
Well, I mean, it would be great if our guys could even be close to what they've done, Sam, because you guys know that I've been tracking this, dude, and it's absolutely unbelievable at this point. According to what I've looked at on Baseball Reference, Sam, some of the biggest drop-offs in OPS plus year to year. You got Chris Davis on a 72-point drop-off. You got Norm Cash at a 66-point drop-off. We got Cal Raleigh at a 101-point drop-off in one season in OPS plus. This is literally the biggest one-year drop-off in 150 years of Major League Baseball, and no, he's absolutely wearing it. You can see it on his face that he feels horrible that he's playing so shitty, and I don't want to pile on the guy, but I mean, it's important to note, man, we made the guy $100 million man because we believed in him so much, and wow, the worst ROI you could imagine came to fruition this year.
Yeah, and it kind of makes me a little fearful that the front office and just, you know, general managers, coaches, and everything couldn't really put their finger on what made this team special last year. And they made moves with the wrong thing in mind, and you know, it just didn't. It's a different feel. Different. Like the leadership feels different. Everything feels different, and I think they had made some miscalculations in the offseason for sure.
For sure. And then in-season strategy as well. Tyson B, what's up, man? I mean, the Red Sox are on one of the hottest streaks of all time, and I think back to them firing their manager when they thought that they needed to earlier in the season. Maybe if the Mariners were able to make a strong move like that 2 or 3 months ago, the Mariners could be surging like the Red Sox. Instead, we're completely falling apart at the hems. We have a legendary player like Jay Buhner calling it a, quote, embarrassing loss. Jay is the biggest Mariners homer, the biggest Mariners flag waver there possibly is. And for him to say that on live radio, Sam, really says everything to me, man. I don't want to get into it too much. I don't want to beat a dead horse. But this is incredible to me, Sam. Cal Raleigh in 2025 was in the 98th percentile for batting run value. This year, he's in the first percentile.
Yeah, that's
It's unreal.
yeah,
But
yeah. Can't
you
win
could
that
never
way.
imagine this. You could never possibly imagine this. And so I wanted to try to look a little deeper, Sam, and the two things that really stood out to me a ton is Cal Raleigh's chase rate is up almost 5% this year, and we see it on a nightly basis. But the one that's absolutely fucking brutal in 2025, Cal had a hard hit rate in the 85th percentile. In 2026, it's down to the 19th percentile. I mean, this guy's not even making good contact. We see him chasing on the reg, and I really think we're going to see him come back next year. But this was a contract I was really wondering about when we signed him at the time because catchers, I believe, can have similar drop offs to running backs. And now you know that you got to be really careful about which running backs you pay. And it sucks, but that's the nature of the business, man. Ride that running back hard and get the best years while you can. It's going to happen to a catcher, also, homie. I know I'm stealing the mic right now, but I just had a lot of shit I had to get off my chest. And once again, we're both sporting the Seahawks, one of the dopest, greatest logos in all the sports across the world, man. Bumble Clock Colts Nation. We're going to start getting into football heavy soon because I know a little bit about every team here. But damn it, Sam. Super, super, super frustrating year. And it feels like the frustration culminates in this sweep in what is a celebration of the franchise.
Yeah, and it's not getting any easier from here for at least not this month. I mean, next month I think we have a pretty easy schedule, but it's sure not looking good. It's not over by any means, but yeah, it's everything's not fine. I'll say that, not fine at
No.
all.
And I think we're only 4 games back at recording right now, but that doesn't matter to me, Sam, because if
No,
we were in the NL West, then we would be 15 games back right now. Because I realize how close we are, but this is why I'm glad they weren't hard buyers because this isn't a good baseball team, period.
no, it's not. It's not. It's missing crucial leadership. Like I think I was even talking about hell, fucking trade for Gino to bring him back just to bring back the good vibes. I mean, if he's what it took to fucking get all these guys playing how they should, man, should have done it. I don't know. Like not even a really sound way to go about things, but yeah, something needed to be done a little bit different. But the front office also, they couldn't have seen this happen, like coming with Cal. Like it's they could have
Yeah.
predicted a regression, but this much of a regression, I don't think anybody could have planned for.
Yeah. Yeah. And Sam, I want to set the record straight because it's not just Cal. Cal is having his worst year ever. But since becoming everyday starters, Brennan Donovan's having his worst year ever. Josh Naylor's having his worst year ever. Julio is having his worst year ever. Robles is having his worst year ever minus COVID 2020. Well, that was a funky year for everybody. And we bring in Taylor Ward, and he is hitting 173 with a negative .3 WAR since joining the M's at the trade deadline. That fits in perfectly with this squad.
Yeah, yeah, and the reliever we got gave up with what 3-run jack his first appearance, from what I hear
Oh
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently, I mean, this guy, he either walks it, it's a walk or a home run.
yeah. Both of those aren't good. So yeah, I don't know. It
No,
wasn't a great
but
move.
if you're a fan of ultimate outcome baseball, man, Dominguez is your dog.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
shit, my
yeah.
lord, my lord. But yeah, man, it's just been tough. And also, Munoz having his worst year. Reffy Garver both look cook. You always need to add to your bullpen, Sam, especially when you have these super deep playoff runs where you're taxing the shit out of those arms in said run. I feel that you need to add to the bullpen, just like I feel you always need to add to your D line. I'm not always asking you to make a first or second round draft pick, but you should be adding a little bit every year, no matter what. The depth in that area is so critical over the long term of a season, and the inability to replenish the bullpen at all, except for one arm, has just been an absolute thorn in the ass for the Mariners this year.
Yeah. And what do you think about the whole idea about the 6-man rotation again coming up here with Kate Anderson? And I think it might be a little bit better than, and the season might be punted by that time anyway. It might not matter. But also the roster should be expanded by the time Cade gets called up.
Okay. I was gonna say the only way we can go to a 6-man rotation is if at that point we are adding the couple extra roster spots at that point because we'll need the bullpen arms. The bullpen is, oh my gosh, talk about thinner than a piece of paper, brother. Frustrating.
But they're talking
All I can
about it.
say is frustrating.
They're
Yeah.
talking about the front of the having the 6-man rotation back again when Cade comes up. And I wasn't excited about that. But I mean, if we keep losing like this, it won't matter in the end anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it like this. Because I don't think this team could win a single game in a playoff series right now. I think the long-term health of the organization, whatever that might be, is most important. Because, dude, we have played over 120 baseball games now. This is not a good Major League Baseball team. And I'm glad we didn't sell off hard because we have way too many good, talented players with many years of controllability to be just selling off the farm. That would have been idiotic. But we need to start thinking about next year.
Yeah, I kind of wish we would have sold on Randy. I mean, yeah, at the trade
But
deadline,
if
it's
you're
hard.
only
It's
getting a
so
guy
hard to
that
tell that the front office.
and Sam, what are you going to get at this point, man? Seeing some of the market, we're probably going to get a 4A projection. And at that point, you might as well just keep Randy for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I don't know. It was the thing every team needed. Was what Randy brought. So
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we could banter about this one for a while. Clearly, the Mariners wanted to soft buy, and they did soft buy because they didn't
yeah,
want to go all
they're a
in.
soft ass team that doesn't like to make decisions.
Well, Sam, I want to talk. If we're gonna say soft ass team that's not willing to make decisions, let's move into the league that everybody truly cares about. There's a team that we dearly
Let's
love. It's
go.
not a. They're not afraid to make a tough decision at any freaking moment, man. I know you are one of the most real 12s I've ever met. Sunday evening GM. The M's do suck. That is not a good baseball team. They need to figure some shit out big time. Sam, I want to talk about something good though. These Seattle Seahawks, man, this is a real top 5 Super Bowl contender. If you don't see it that way, I don't know if I can vibe with you.
Yeah, no, if anyone doesn't see it that way, I don't think we can vibe with them because man, they are stacked. We're looking good. We're deep, and I'm really liking what I'm hearing out of training camp right now, especially out of the wide receiver room. I think the quarterbacks might have had a little more of a difficult day. Was it yesterday or today? But overall, they've looked really, really good. The whole room has. But yeah, man, I can't wait to see them put up a win on Saturday. Let's just say I want to see the young guys
Let's
get out
do
of the
it.
field. Yeah.
Let's do it. Well, it's going to be a lot of the young guys, and it's going to be really important for a lot of these young guys, Sam. And one guy got just a tiny bit of love on the first episode of Hard Knocks, and everyone knows if you listen how much I love him. Leslie Frazier. Give it up for
Yes,
Leslie
sir.
Frazier, Sam.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know if everyone realizes how important he was to the Buffalo Bills. I didn't really until I saw this shit recently, but I did a little digging. Leslie Frazier was the Buffalo Bills defensive coordinator from 2017 through 2022. In that time, they were first in yards allowed and third in points allowed. We've paired all of his 4 decades of NFL experience with the boy genius and Mike Macdonald, and there's still just a plethora of depth and talent on this defense. We cannot forget Leslie Frazier, Sam, but I know you love the D. Just talk to me any level. How I'm just so excited on where this train is going.
Yeah, one thing I heard, I think it was might have been Hawk Blogger was kind of pointed this out was that Bud Clark's kind of seeming like he's not quite getting the praise that you would expect from Mike Macdonald, at least about the play they're talking about. He's a good person, he's working hard. We like to have him on the team, but they're ready for him to make some plays. It's time to start stepping up and
Mm.
doing what he did in college and taking the ball away.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a bunch of the players, the young guys, have just looked great. I mean, let's see some of the wide receivers that we got. White has looked really good too, I hear, and he's one of the younger guys we got a year or two ago. And there's a
Yeah.
guy we're going to try to keep under the radar. I forget his name, but he's been just killing it, and he won't make the roster. But we're going to try to get on the practice squad.
Okay. Okay.
Blanking on the
Okay.
name right now.
Okay, Sam. Well, it's popping right now. Rio Bad and Tyson B, and there's serious interest, Tyson, and we're all well aware how absolutely flippin' serious some of these charges and allegations can be against Terry and Arnold. But he has had his second visit this weekend in Seattle. We know that he could be locked up for all I know. The Seahawks are doing their due diligence, and we kind of agree this is a guy that I think could really fit the scheme because he might not be your traditional sticky man-to-man corner, but this is another guy that can do multiple things. He sticks his nose in there. He's really going to get up there and tackle, man. And another feisty, versatile player. Fun times, though. Fun times. We'll see. TBD.
Yeah, I'll say either the charges are going to have to be not as bad as they originally seemed, or if Mike fucking loves this guy and is willing to put up with it because this is a headache that most teams and organizations aren't going to want to walk into if it's not resolved, at least if they don't know the outcome in the end. So if they're willing to take this on, either charges aren't as bad or Mike just has really likes this guy and wants to bring him in and have him on the team. Only
No
the way I
doubt. No
see it.
doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've seen the Seahawks do their due diligence on God knows how many veterans in the past that haven't signed. This could just easily be one. If we wanted to Google it, we could find, a Pro Bowl list of guys. Jared IVM's life for moving inside, and super producer Indy was the one that put me onto Ivy. Indy, as we know, lives down in the South, so he sees a lot more SEC football. But Ivy actually did a lot of work for Ole Miss on the interior in those third down kind of packages. And he's definitely a tweener, and you definitely don't see that typical explosion off the edge. So maybe inside gives Ivy a little bit more of a quickness advantage in the pass rush situations. And also, as we know, man, the more you can do in this league, the more likely
Mm.
you are to make a team. And Ivy's fighting for his life on the squad right now.
Versatility is huge in this scheme too. So as you're saying, the more you can do, the more time you can get on the field, and then the more spots Mike's can be able to utilize you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been liking what I've been hearing about Arroyo too, man. He
Ooh.
could be big for us. Not as much as I like what I hear about Oots, because that's a tough situation if we're going to be missing him for an extended period of time or potentially worse. We don't know, but I think we're going to hear more on Monday from what I see.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Fan favorite. Fan favorite is easy. Sunday evening coming in with the haymaker. Best tight end duo with Arroyo and Barner. Well, let me throw my boy Sauber up in there because he is one of the excellent blocking tight ends in the league. Collar up. We can't forget Collar up just showing up on all these great run plays because he proved to be a great run blocker. We brought in Nick Vanette. I mean, we're talking like you said, I don't even know if Cody White's going to be able to make the team except for if he
Oh
continues
yeah,
to be really good gunning.
right.
But I
Yeah.
mean, we got Torrey Horton, Rashid Shaheed building more chemistry with Sam Darnold. I think Shaheed is going to be a fantasy sleeper this year for some people because I really think
Mm-hmm.
that he's gonna have a really nice bounce up in production with this time working with Sam and not coming in mid season and such.
Oh yeah, coming in mid-season to a team is not easy for a wide receiver to do. You got to get on the same page with the
Yeah.
quarterback and learn the offense and It's just you can't expect someone to be coming through and just pick up right like where they left off with their old team. It's just not how it works when it comes to the wide receiver position. So yeah, I expect a big uptick in productivity, usage, everything when it comes to Rashid Shaheed. Cooper Cup, I hear, has just been fucking lighting it up, and he might get one more
Mm.
payday with how good he's been doing so far in camp.
Well, and we're clearly seeing it for the people that have been watching Hard Knocks also. The incredible impact he makes in terms of coaching up his own players and even coaching up his own coaches. We see him give some light bulb epiphany moment to Coach Macdonald. It really is awesome. And I think maybe Cooper found a little bit of the fountain of youth up here in Seattle, man. Maybe the cooler
Mm-hmm.
weather and just being rejuvenated too, man. Like, I feel that the Rams and Sean McVay kind of gave up on him. And I want to be frank, McVay kind of gives up on his guys real quick. And maybe Cooper needed to feel a little bit rejuvenated. He's sure everyone, I'm with everyone. Dude, Cooper, let's fucking go, dude.
Yeah, yeah, no, Cooper Cup is really look good, and I'm excited to see him in the offense this year because man, I think we're gonna be humming on all cylinders because we're 3, 4 deep wide receiver. That's running back is the one thing that's gonna be the question mark, but I think Price is gonna be good to go. His
I'm
injury,
excited.
I hear, is pretty much nothing day to day type thing. He should be back anytime.
Honestly, Sam, between Price, Wilson, and Holani, I actually feel really good about that trio when I consider the passing game and the offensive line and the tight ends.
Yeah, no, I mean, you have guys doing everything you kind of need to. You got your bruiser, you kind of got your guy who can pass protect and you can trust to keep the quarterback's head on straight. And then you
Hmm.
got the quick
Hmm.
scat back guy. I mean, shit, you got the home run hitter. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we have everything we need to be a good running back room.
Yeah, and don't get it twisted, man. I know a lot of people still are wanting to replace Halani in this and that because his average is low, but his pass pro is elite, and that's
Mm-hmm.
going to keep him on the field. And just think back, Sam. I know we always see that, man. You get a big play in the passing game. 9 times out of 10, a running back needs to stick his nose in there just to get that one extra half second to get that throw down the field, and that's everything, man. And if your
Yeah.
running back's not willing to put his face in the fire, he can't play. And you know what? I This is why I always thought that Ken Walker was going to be gone because you know how much I love the guy. He was one of my favorite players in college when he was in college football. I always thought he was better than Brees Hall. I still do,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not great in pass pro. So the
No.
one thing I've seen with John Schneider is they're not going to give you a big extension at running back if you're not great in pass pro. Remember Marshawn. Don't get it twisted. Beast mode was beast mode in pass pro as well.
Yep. Yep. He was 100%. Yeah, man. I mean, I think Walker, you got to be a 3 down back. You got to be able to be on the field every single down and be trusted in order to get a payday in this running back market. And he's not a Bijan or anyone like that, like
Mhm.
JT. He's not worth that type of money. So it sucked to see him go, but I think we'll be all right, just fine.
Oh, this is why you keep replenishing. You know, you spent
Mm-hmm.
that second round draft pick on Charbonnet. You spend the 32nd pick on Price. I still think Emmanuel Wilson's just such an undervalued player and undervalued free agent. He's probably not going to get as many touches as his talent warrants again this season, frankly.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
here
you're
and
right.
and that's a problem I want my favorite team to have. Damn it.
Hell yes. And that's why I'm excited about talking about some of these young guys too, because it just speaks to the depth. It kind of brings us back to the LOB days where every single fucking guy we're cutting is getting picked up by another
Mhm.
team because they're good players. And
And that's
that it
huge.
speaks well to our team for our depth coming into this year. So that's why I'm excited about that. And the O line, man, the O line has just been killing it. I've been hearing.
That's what I'm so excited about, Sam. I mean, we went over it. Abe Lucas is our oldest starter at 27, man. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is, and think about the experience. Charles Cross is a 25-year-old fifth year pro. Charles Cross is a 25-year-old fifth year pro. He
That's
was like
wild.
Earl Thomas Young when he made the league. Earl Thomas Young when he made the league, except this is a man who has the size to last 15 years, where clearly Earl was a very small warrior out there, and so his career wasn't going to last as long as some other
Just like
people.
Bob Sanders, man. You know, those
Yeah,
smaller
yeah.
guys that just fucking fly around and hit like that. they're not lasting deep into their 30s. They might not even last
No,
to their
and
30s
they're fucking
sometimes.
awesome. But yeah,
Yeah.
these are not big men at all. Like guys like Earl and Bob Sanders, and knocking the snot out of guys literally twice their size is going to take a toll. And we kind of see it time and time again.
Does that put any worry in you for Witherspoon?
Yeah, and for Eamon Worry. And this is another thing that I thought was so interesting we saw in Hard Knocks is Mike Macdonald was talking about the give and take about how they use Eamon Worry. Because he's like, Nick can do all of these special things, but we push too much onto him, and his body can't
Yeah.
maintain against playing four positions a game basically. And so they're like, yeah, you can do all this, but we see him hurt. We're trying to get him ready for the season. So he's like, we actually need to reel back when we thought they might be wanting him to do more. So it's just so cool to see behind the scenes. And if anyone's going to be smart about getting the longevity out of the players, it's the Seahawks and their sports science.
Yeah, I would concur with that 100%. Do you think that what the running backs coach said was a shot at K9? The doing the juke juke
No
juke fuck
pissing
that.
around.
Yeah, that whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that was a shot right between K9's eyes right there, in my opinion. It just
Well,
seemed
and
that way.
I'm not even mad at it at all because it might not even be like a shot like that. But his a huge part of his whole thing was like, who wants this? Because
Yeah,
K9 was such a gigantic part of the running game for the last 4 years. There's absolutely no question about that. There's a lot of talent in the running back room. Who the fuck wants it, man? Because there is a lot of carries and a lot of catches out there where there's a couple of running backs that can make a ton of money and put a ton of respect on their name. And just wait, talk about silver platter, man. You're going to a team with JSN and Cooper Cup, Rashid Shaheed, AJ Barner, Arroyo, an offensive line that was kicking ass and taking names the second half of the year on. Like we said, one all below 27. Just so excited. As disappointed as I am about the Mariners, I'm that excited about the Seahawks,
oh
Sam.
God, yeah.
It's
Oh,
like that.
and the Hard Knocks just shows just how much of a monster Leonard Williams is. Just he's a physical freak,
Woo!
man. Just manhandled the guys out there. That is wild to me. Just wild. He is a huge human
Big
being.
Cat is a line in the Serengeti. Do not get it twisted, man.
Yeah, him, dude. Murphy and Mills, I think, are just gonna be game wreckers this year.
Yeah,
Absolute game wreckers. Mills is
dude. And
coming
then
on like a house of fire. Like I call it here now, man. He's having a year. I'm saying it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mills and Jay Reed get equal snaps, if maybe even not Mills slightly more.
Yeah, I mean, you can't keep him off the field. Honestly, I mean, we got to get him better. I mean, I see him as at least for body size wise as Leo's eventual kind of replacement, man, because they're both
Mhm.
6'5", both huge,
Mhm.
man. I could see it working, and so yeah, I like Riley Mills a lot. He's gonna be a beast for us.
Dude, let's freaking go, man. The football trash talk is already upon us in the live chat.
Hmm.
I love it, man. And
Hell
most
yeah,
people
dude!
should be
This is what
excited.
football's all about. Yeah, hell yes.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
neither of those teams are going to do shit this year, but it's okay. I mean, we can let them hope. It's a two-team race as far as I see it right now. Two-team
Yeah.
race.
I mean, Tyson B has been riding up with us for a long time now, man. But he knows. Coach Mack is the girl that got away.
Yeah, it's hard to see it any other way, man. And I think most Ravens fans would agree. On most videos I see with Coach Mack, I'll see lots of Ravens fans saying, "Shit, we never should have let him get out the door," because man, he's one hell of a coach. And the
I mean,
culture
what is he?
he builds is amazing. I love it. As a psychology
39
major, I
years
love it
old.
all. Yeah,
39 years old, Super Bowl win year 2.
yeah, yeah. Who does that? That's wild.
And he just seems so grounded too. That's what I truly
Mm-hmm.
love. And I'm going to say this too. I'm taking more shots at the Mariners now. What a smug organization, man. what a smug fucking organization the Seattle Mariners are, man. Like the way Jerry DiPoto carries himself, you think he is the one that has won 2 Super Bowls and been to 3 in his tenure, man. Instead, it's John Schneider that is just the everyman, the gracious, thankful, polite, loving, like the kind of person that we all like kind of look up to, And I'm from Jerry, man. I want to ask you this, dude, Sam. I'm going to switch it to baseball really quick because we know John Schneider's an A+ GM. You're not going to convince me otherwise. The proof is in the pudding. I don't need to convince you. He has the proof. But Jerry DiPoto, I think, is an elite farm director. He's an elite college director. He's an elite player development director. Is he kind of a crappy MLB GM though?
That would make a lot of sense because I like the
Because look
direction
at
the
everything.
team is going, but like as far as talent wise, who we're bringing into the organization, I don't think it's ever been better. How that talent is being utilized hasn't been great though,
Mm.
and so that would make a lot of sense to me.
The problem is you're never going to be able to get Jerry to take a demotion. It's either you fire him
Never,
or he
yeah,
stays
no,
in his job.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that is what it is.
yeah.
I
Having
digress.
him be that ship sailed.
Well, one ship is sinking while another team is soaring, baby. Seattle
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks, dude. I know I feel like a giant homer, but I really think that you'd be insane not to call him a top 5 contender at worst. I just really feel that way.
They're not. What? Repeat that. What did you say?
How could they? You got people calling them fringe playoff contenders. Like I don't
Okay, yeah,
understand
no,
how they
yeah, no,
couldn't be in
yeah,
every
that's
top 5.
whack.
Like they
Yeah,
have
they
to be
should
in
be.
every single top 5, like at least. And I
Yeah,
think that's going kind of crazy.
if they're not in your top five, then you just don't know ball, or you're just an East Coast homer and don't pay any attention to the Seahawks. It's either you're willfully ignorant or just ignorant, one of the two, in my opinion, because
Stacking
Seahawks are too good
drafts,
to be ignored. Yeah,
stacking drafts, stacking trades. I mean, I got way too many notes here to try to dig back and find this right now. But we were looking, I think we were thinking like 28, 29, 30 hits in the last 4 or 5 years. That just incredible. So this is why I love following the draft, man, is because it gives you nuggets that you're not nearly as surprised when some teams make a major come up.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Drafting is one of the keystones to really building a great team. You got to supplement the team with free agents, but it's usually built through the draft. You gotta get your guys on good
You have to
contracts,
have
man.
that foundation. You have
Yeah,
to have that foundation, man.
yep. And the culture players, man. You come in, you always want your culture guys to be your best guys. Doesn't always work out that way, but you got to have the guys that set the tone for everyone else.
Yeah,
And
and you know
JSN
what?
is the best at
Oh
that.
hell yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah. I want to go back further though. Charles Cross and Abe Lucas, they were the first draft class post Russell trade, and and how many years were we just so frustrated by the offensive line play? It was a team that couldn't get out of the wild card round because their offensive line wasn't good enough to play against good to great D lines, and Charles Cross and Abe Lucas both re-signed, pillars of the franchise, both literally and figuratively. You said JSM, man. Where's the ego? Fucking pay that guy, man. It
Yep.
feels like every other, there's like 2 or 3 receivers of at that, top 10 level that aren't a pain in the ass, man. Hits on deck, Bradford, and it's not close. Anthony Bradford all day at right guard this year,
Oh
man.
yeah. Yeah.
Bradford is going to give up the quick pressures. That's going to happen. But we talked about it last week, and we're putting a mile on my trademark. Anthony Bradford and the tidal wave, man, because he will wash that shit down to make some giant holes for his running back.
Yeah. I mean, Stevens maybe next year takes that job. I don't see Bradford
Long
giving
term, I
that
really
up.
like Stevens.
Yeah,
Long term, I
absolutely.
really like him.
But I think that Bradford, I mean, is just too he experienced, strong. I mean, he has his faults, but man, like And you're saying he just washes people down that line sometimes. You're not going to find a
And he's a
stronger
man on a
offensive
mission.
lineman.
This
Yeah.
is a guy that can get $40 million guaranteed if he
Playing for his payday.
this is real. This is absolutely real for Anthony Bradford this year. I would not re-sign him. I absolutely would not re-sign him, but this is going to be a huge year for him. You know what he's going to do, dude? He's going to have a James Carpenter career where he gets 2 more good contracts, both on different
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah, he absolutely could. I could absolutely see that. I mean, because he's not as bad as some people make him out to
No,
be.
he's a flawed player. This is
Yeah.
football. Everybody's flawed. Dude, of course he gives up instant pressures. He's enormous. But
Well,
when he gets your hit,
his
he's got
flaws
a
are
little
also
bit of,
loud. Like they're in your face. When he
Shacked
fucks
and a
up,
fool.
yeah, dude,
Shacked and a fool. Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
sees it and it's
Yeah.
on display. So
You get
that's
a
his
million hits on
problem.
your TikTok. Yeah, I hear
Yes,
you.
yeah,
I hear you.
yeah. People like to make reels of him, of his lowlights. So yeah.
And I mean, his lowlights are real, man. Like, there's seriously some
Mhm.
a fool, funny ass shit. But I'll ride with this guy and the fact that we know he gets his hand on you, and we say hand, not hands. It's done.
Right. Yeah. And Bo Stevens, I think, given one more year to bulk up too, I think he's going to be a damn good guard for us for years to come. But
And
it's
I
not
want
his
to.
job till next year, in my opinion.
We have so many draft picks next year, Sam. Do you think I would be remotely mad if we spend a top 3 round pick on a guard? You know, I'd love
Hell
that shit.
no. Absolutely. And center, man, I like Sundell. I still want to upgrade a little bit at center.
Yeah.
He's really athletic, but
mm,
center's just such an important position on the offensive line.
it is. Center's tough to improve in big ways in the NFL to me, Sam, because the vast majority are either athletic or big and strong. And then there's that very few that are that all pro type of level that are both.
Yeah, and you got to draft them because other teams aren't giving them up. Not for cheap.
And you usually got to draft them high, like an Alex Mack at like pick 20 type of shit. So
yeah, unless you're the Seahawks trading away Unger.
yeah,
we did trade that away. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I had to bring that one up.
You had to go there.
Yep, I did.
2 of the biggest Seahawks mistakes were letting old linemen leave the building, man. These guys were just way too valuable that you really have to find every way to keep the good ones in your building.
Yep, that is a fact right there, sir. And shout out again to, the whole defense, man. Like Jones too, like Ernest Jones is just,
yeah,
dude, a beast. I love hearing all the highlights about this defense right now. They're just hungry, and I can't wait for them to get after it.
Drake Thomas had a diving interception the other day. I mean,
I heard they won the day a couple days in a row now.
Well, let's do it, baby. Hey, the next time we hit the mic, man, there will have been a Seahawks game.
Hell yes.
There will have been a week 1 preseason schedule. Our Mariners ship is sinking, baby. But the
episode
Seahawks
2 of Hard Knocks.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Hell yeah. I could watch an episode of that shit every day. I wish it was on daily.
Let's do it, baby.
Let's go.
Anything you got for the people?
No, man, have a great week, and let's go Seahawks.
Let's do it, baby. Shout out to our super producer, Indy. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services. Shout out to the live chat. Shout out to Sam. It's your boy, Ty. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast.